Oh man, it's been a time. Bro. I'm gonna try to keep this same energy with this. I got 20 minutes before class, stuff like that. Been in barber school, stuff like that. I ain't gonna say I've been going through the ringer, but things are cool. Don't think for a second I still haven't been working. I got just like I got DJ mixes, I got podcasts and stuff that's just sitting around that I haven't even really, uploaded yet. You know what I mean? Because just days be running together. So stuff has happened. I think probably last time I did a podcast, I got a kid now. I'll just say that. Like I didn't even know that, but so I found that out in April. So yeah, I'm a fucking dad. So I can't get on my podcast and talk shit and be like, yeah, I ain't got no motherfucking kids. So I feel like I'm hot shit. Alright, so now you got a baby, so shut that shit up. So anyway, what I'm gonna touch on today, I think it's a good one. I think it's a decent one. And I talk about my experiences. I talk about things that I'm familiar with. I'm talking about things that I've learned during the course of my life, stuff like that. And you gotta go through stuff to learn stuff. You gotta you kind of, it's one of them things where it's like, oh, you had to be there, so you can have people tell you a lot of stuff, but sometimes life experiences, like they say, life is the best teacher too sometimes. So with that being said, today's podcast is brought to you by oh man, I don't know. But so what I got is a list, and this ain't a complete list, man. I ain't take my time and do the whole due diligence on everything, but I just got a few things on the list. And the name of this list is most common things women do wrong in relationships. Yep, I said it, man. Women doing something wrong? Absolutely. What this person doing in front of me because they can't drive? So, yeah. Some of the most common things that women do wrong in relationships. And we just gonna kind of just chop it up and get into it, man. Number one on my list is not knowing who the man really is and what his needs are. Read it again. Not knowing who the man really is and what his needs are. So many women out there, I feel like. You ever met a woman? You ever met a woman and like they be like, yeah, man, I dated this man, or I talked to this guy for X and X amount of time, and woo, and come to find out this nigga had a wife. Come to find out, he had a girlfriend. Come to find out he was living with his ex. Come to find out that, he had lied about this and lied about that. And when we like a person, so, in this part you can relate, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about women, but humans do this shit, you know what I mean? Well, humans do this shit, but I'm kind of dedicating this to the women. So, yeah, you welcome women. So anyway, people we'll lie to ourselves sometimes. We'll lie to ourselves. We'll convince, like, a nigga be giving a woman some spiel about whatever. And it's kind of like, well, dude, like, at the end of the day, like, we like that motherfucker enough we'll be like, nah, man, nah. But it'll be something in the back of your head. It'll be that inner God or God, that little voice in your head or that gut feeling, whatever you call that, instinct or whatever. And it'll be telling you like, man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Red flag type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, something ain't right, man. Why the fuck every time this nigga call, every time I FaceTime this nigga, he don't ever pick up the phone? Or why the fuck, every time he FaceTime me, he on the go in the car or whatever? Or why the fuck, nigga can't never pick up the phone at all? Why the fuck he always got a text? Or, why the fuck that at 8 o'clock he don't never respond anytime after that? You get what I'm saying? But that shit get ignored. Women will sit up there and ignore that shit. They'll sit up there and ignore that shit, bro. I mean, dudes alike, you can go through dudes in this category too, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas sit up there and ignore that shit. Women will sit up there and ignore that shit. Still getting their feelings behind the dudes. Still, buy in to what this nigga's selling. Convince themselves that this is authentic and this is real. This is like, yeah, this is the end and the all. This is it. Alright, this nigga rocking with me, and yeah, I believe what this nigga say. And they fucking get let down. Sometime after that, the nigga had this going on, the nigga had that going on, the nigga said he wasn't this, he said he wasn't that, turns out he had that and that. You know what I mean? He do this, and this. That type shit, that whole joint. So not knowing who a man really is, not doing your due diligence, not really asking certain questions, not asking the right questions. I done heard women go so far as to say, I was scared to ask the man a question. Let me tell you something, as a woman, like not as a woman, but as a man, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you women something. Let me tell you something, ladies. If you asking a nigga a question and the nigga get caught up, flustered, and he get, all aggressive and defensive and mad about questions that you feel like should just be an honest to God, just like simple ass response, simple answer, you know what I mean? Like, if he getting upset and frustrated and mad about that type shit, come on, man. You catching him up in something 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10. I ain't even gonna bullshit you. You probably catching the nigga up in something, and you asking him about some shit that he don't want to fess up to, or he don't feel comfortable jumping out there and telling it to you or whatever type shit. So yeah, you know what I mean? So that's what that is. That's what that's about. So the other part is, so like I said, you want to do your due diligence, and you want to have you want to come into a relationship with a knowing what you want. That's why I can't stand actually talking to women, and women they'll just be like, I don't know what I want. I just want to, somebody who's honest, somebody who's funny, or relationships are much more complex and intricate than that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many different parts of a relationship, of a situationship. So you gotta kind of know, what it is that you can tolerate, that you want, that you don't want, so forth and so on type stuff, right? So that's that on that. The other part of that is what his needs are. Remember, I said this is number one. I said not knowing who a man really is and what his needs are. Women, you ever ask a woman, like, what do men want? And they'll be like, I don't know. You know, you probably got women out there that be like, what does a man want? This pussy. He want this pussy. He want this good, this wet ass, this wop right here. She'll probably tell you something like that, depending on how simple she is. You know what I mean? Depending on how much of a prize she thinks she is. You know what I mean? You very seldom gonna get the woman in the room or in the building, in the place that's gonna be like, oh, what does a man need? Man needs somebody that he can talk to, that he can trust, that that can be his peace, that can allow him to have peace of mind and that quiet time to plan out. A man need a woman who gonna let him lead, take charge, trust his decision making, trust his management. He is a man. Management, right? Man should be able to should be able to manage his life well, manage the kids well, manage the family, manage you know what I'm saying? It's areas that a man may struggle in, but you know what I mean? If that's your man, you should trust him in these areas, you know what I'm saying? Or work with him in tandem, you know what I'm saying? And where he weak at, we work on them, you know, if he not already got the concept of working on these areas, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you a helpmate. That's what you there for, right? That's what we talking about. So, you know, like I say, and the thing about it is, it's so many women that women feel like all men are the same. They feel like they only want one thing for the most part, probably. And, you know, that's just that. And they feel like pussy is like, oh my God, that's like, if I'm bringing that to the table, if they feel like pussy's so valuable, you know what I mean? If I'm bringing this to the table, how could this nigga complain? I don't understand. They don't understand. Like, I cook, I clean, and I give you pussy. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. I mean, wake up call or whatever the case, you know, whatever. Look, 9 times out of 10 for a decent nigga, for a decent man with goals and ambitions who want more out of life, that ain't enough. Pussy, cooking, and cleaning ain't enough these days. Flat out. Flat out. We need you to be a army Swiss knife, a damn near jack of all trades sometimes. And vice versa. Vice versa. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Because whatever it is that you know, yeah, it's good that you cook, you clean, and you give me some wop every now and then, right? But at the same time, like I say, on them days that fuck, man, I just want to lay my head on some thick thighs and I just want to talk. I just want to spoon my wife, my woman, you get what I'm saying? My lady, and talk to her and just, you know, be understood. You get what I'm saying? Shit, today I might just want to be by myself. Just back off and just check on me periodically. You know what I mean? Just, you know, hey. You know? So, you gotta identify, you gotta know you gotta know who your man is, and you gotta identify his needs. Every man, like I say, every man don't, you know, it just, oh, cook, clean, and pussy, you know what I mean? Every man don't, you know, like I explained it so many times before on certain, you know, to some of my homies and on a couple of different podcasts, I probably said it. You know, the man, if a man just got a car, right? If a man just got a car and he ain't got no house, he don't know how to cook. His needs are somebody who can cook, somebody who got a place to stay. So if you offer him a place to stay and a home cooked meal, he gonna rock with you, right? He probably gonna rock with you tough. You get what I'm saying? It's same. Flip it, reverse it, however you want to switch it up. In simplest terms, we keeping it simple. You know, if he ain't got no job, he ain't got no car, he gonna be looking for a car, a woman with a car, should be, probably not a woman who, hey baby, you can use my car to go and find you a job. Oh baby, she resourceful. I know this person or that person. Hey baby, I heard that this job is hiring over here. My baby helped me. That's something to brag about. That's something, like, you know, that kind of turned into his pride. You know, that particular woman kind of turned into his pride. You know? So, you know, that's kind of what this is. So, I'm gonna get back on this because I got some stuff going on out here. I'm trying to see if anybody's finna be at the school today. So I'm finna make a call or two because I'm here a bit early. So, but we gonna get back. That was just like topic number 1. That was number 1. And we got about 5 of them on the list. So, like I say, once again, most common things women do wrong in relationships. And we gonna get back to y'all a little later. Alright? Appreciate y'all tuning in. So, hard work. That's the motto. It ain't no shortcuts out here, man. You got that's just, it's simple as that, man. There ain't no fucking shortcuts out here. You gotta tell yourself, work hard, bro. Wake up, bust your ass for this stretch of time. Take a fucking break. Recuperate, recover, take a day off, whatever, a weekend off, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta get back to it. You gotta get back to the grind. You gotta get back to that focused state of mind, right? So this is my second part of a 5-part series. I feel like a pastor saying some shit like that. Pastors love to break shit up and share it with you over 5 Sundays, 3, 4, 5 Sundays. Like, yeah, this is the 5th part of So anyway, man, hope everybody doing good this morning. I'm getting right back into it, basically. The second thing that women do, of most common things that women do wrong in relationships, right, is overvaluing themselves. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times. Like, man, look, if you a woman out here, right? If you a woman out here, and like I say, this is, you can put this in dude terms. You can put this, you know, if you want to place the blame, if you one of the people who ain't ready to hear the message and you just want to place the blame, you can't do self-evaluation. You don't do self-evaluation well, and you just want to place the blame on other people. Well, that ain't just a woman thing. Look, I'm talking about fucking women. Don't come over here with, look, we talking about women over here. I've met countless women. I know women who've done this shit, right? I don't know no dudes. You know dudes, cool deal. But I'm just letting you know, it might be good to self-evaluate your damn self. And if you do it, and if you do this, I mean, hey, that's what we here for. We just trying to get better. It ain't about, you know what I'm saying, pointing the finger. It ain't about all fucking trying to come for women or whatever. Everybody need to be came for at a point in time. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we'll have a bunch of motherfuckers out here that think they deserving of fucking everything on the fucking planet. And shit, they ain't done nothing to earn it. They ain't done no work. They ain't done nothing to deserve it, right? Women. That's what women is. Anyway, so if you a woman, man, then, like I say, women overvalue themselves. So what I mean by that is, there's countless of women that a woman to sit up there. Every woman, if you ask, every woman gonna tell you that she a good woman. I think I don't think I've met a woman, or I don't think any woman that I've met that I've asked, like, yo, what type of woman are you, or do you think you're a good woman, or, bro, every woman gonna say, shit, hell yeah, I'm a good woman. I'm a great woman at that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a good woman. I got my days, or I got my little, you might hear somebody or one of them say, something like that. I got an attitude sometimes. Sometimes I get mad fast about that. Like, bro, it's just, look, I ain't here to judge each and every fucking, nobody for that matter, but, each and every fucking woman that say she a good woman. I ain't here to pull out the goddamn rule book and be like, oh, do you do this, do you do that, do you do this, you know what I'm saying? Perfection ain't really a thing, but you want to strive just to be better, and, that's that, So, it's things that we all need to work on. And when I say women overvalue themselves, they think they are worth more than they really are. And an example of that is a woman to get with a man and tell herself that, one, she's the prize, and that's not always the motherfucking case. That's not always the truth. That's not always the case that she's the prize. Like, because if a woman get with a man and that man feel like he the motherfucking prize, like me, I'm a dude who feel like I'm the prize a lot of the times. I'm not gonna care. So, because I done seen what chasing women do. I done seen what chasing women do. You chasing women and you don't ever make no fucking come up running behind no motherfucking women. So you gotta stay on your grind. You gotta stay on your grind. You gotta stay, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay focused, and you gotta try to stay the course on what you're trying to accomplish in life. And then, it's for everybody know that these days. I mean, so this should be common sense, because if you see a nigga working, busting his ass, and he getting to his bag, and he getting his bread and shit like that, a woman gonna want to be a part of that shit. Point blank, period. Some of the most beautiful women in the world gonna want to slide with you, or gonna want to hang out with you, gonna want to be around you, simply because you got money and you done got to your bag and you focused. You get what I'm saying? And all they there is to fucking test you and serve as a distraction most of the time. You know what I mean? So a man that's focused and always in his head, like, man, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And a woman is just like, seeing how she can, like, interrupt that fucking flow. I'm not saying they do that purposely, but in large and I dare say conjuncture or conjunction or whatever. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but in large, that's that's how the scenario goes and plays out most of the time, I feel, right? So, like I say, a woman to overvalue herself, man, and a woman to be like, I'm this, I'm that, all because, for the most part, she's been gifted and handed stuff a lot of the times herself, rather it be because of her beauty, rather it be because of her booty, and, you got people out here who, because she got a coochie down there, she got a private part of vagina down there, niggas a trick on her, niggas a take her out, niggas a lie, like, try to make it sound good, oh yeah baby, this, that, and the third, and da-da-da-da. So, you get a lot of women with the big head, and they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they've done very little core work on, certain things that men really want type shit, right? And, you know, they just like spend all their time in the mirror doing makeup and spend all their time taking pictures and posting and angles and, you know, going to the club to, you know, see if they can find this nigga, you know, just looking for that attention. So, like I say, it's another point I'm missing, kind of, sort of, about the over valuing themselves. Like, and this is the whole thing. When a woman overvalue themselves, right? Like, you gotta realize that shit is by different men. That shit is different definition depending on the man that she talking to. If a man, let's say a man ain't got no house, no car, no nothing, right? This nigga ain't got no job, no house, no car. I don't even know what that shit's. Goddamn. I hope y'all not dating them kind of men, ladies. But anyway, but everybody get in a sunken place. Everybody, you know, have a time, a season for whatever. Blah 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 blah. I'm not trying to judge that. But anyway, so let's say a woman get with a man, right? That's he ain't got no job, he ain't got no car, he ain't got no house. So if he meet a woman who got a car, who got a job, who got a home, and she offering to help him, right? She offer, hey baby, you can use my car to go and look for a job. Baby, you got that job, okay, cool deal. Hey baby, you know, you can lay your head here for some days, you know, throughout the course of the week or whatever, or shit, you know, I'm gonna let you move in over here, you know, because I know your living situation is tough right now, okay? You know, that man is gonna place value on that woman. Not the value that woman already placed on herself for the most part. In my experience, to my knowledge, that shit be wrong. Like, that woman, like, most of the time a woman would be like, yeah, this pussy. But if a nigga not so sold on pussy, if he don't prioritize pussy, you get what I'm saying? If he prioritize being a helpmate, if he prioritize being resourceful and nurturing and understanding and caring and peaceful, just being able to be peaceful, you know what I'm saying? You know, nigga might prioritize her being, you know, funny and just, you know, taking the stress off, you know, or whatever the case, you know, things like that. If that's what he prioritized, and she putting all the value that she brings to a relationship on her vagina, right? So she like, yeah, I got this box down here that's made of $1 million and it's gold plated, and shit, everybody in the world wants some of this. Okay, and 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So she putting that value on, you know, you will ask a woman like, what makes her a good woman? You'll hear some women get to talking and they'll be like, yeah, I'm a good woman because I got my own house, I got my own car, you know what I'm saying? I got my own job, I got my own money. Baby, you supposed to have that. Unless you fucking with bums. Unless you fucking with niggas who ain't got none of that. You get what I'm saying? It's the only way. Unless you fucking with niggas who ain't got their own house. Like, if a woman tell me, I'm like, bitch, okay, me too. Welcome to adulthood. I'm grown as hell. You gotta have that. You gotta have your own shit if you gonna fuck with me. That's just period. Because I done had that shit since early 20s. I done had that shit since 22, 23, 20, you know what I'm saying? 21 years old, boy, been out here. I been had my own car. I always had my own car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's a given. So you hear a woman, you know, place some value on that, and it's like that. So that don't register to me. If a woman tell me something like that, that shit don't register to me. That's not sexy to me. Tell me some other characteristic traits. Like I say, you know, like you're understanding and you're resourceful and things of that nature. You're nurturing. You know how to be feminine. You know, logical, submissive, accountable. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that being said, you know, so it's like the value that a woman places on herself and tells the world and tells the man, hey, I'm a great ass woman, and yeah, you should value me, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You should, yeah, I'm this and that. So yeah, I'm the catch. Dude be like, bro, that ain't what I value in a relationship. I just want my woman to chill out and watch movies with me in peace sometimes or something. Or I just want my woman to, you know what I'm saying, be a grinder like me. I know that, you know what I'm saying, I know lazy broads. So, you know, a nigga who working hard and shit, he gonna look over at his wife and be like, well, he gonna look over at the girl and be like, shit, you know, baby, you ain't even really getting to it like talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to it. When I come on, I get tired of looking at you sitting around the house, not doing nothing, complaining, whining, talking about your life and how it needs to be better and this and that and the third. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, dudes value that, you know what I'm saying, that whole motivation type thing. So anyway, but yeah, that's a little bit on that overvaluing situation. Now we're going to touch back with y'all on the next topic.